Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 4. We are learning Unit 1. Its title is Tolerance. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is or modify it for your convenience. I am going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear children, under the title of reading and thinking skill, we are going to learn about silent letters. Before this, in English for grade 3, we have done different activities under the title of reading and thinking skill. I hope you remember. And today we are going to learn further to pronounce and practice simple words with more silent letters such as B in lamb. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Ar-Rahman, verse 1 till 4, the most compassionate taught the Quran, created humanity, and taught them speech. Yes, my dear children, these beautiful verses tells us who created us? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who taught us Quran? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us how to speak. Right? The ability of speaking is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one thing more, beta, what we say, there are few words, there are few letters which we have not to say. Okay, so this is a part of learning speech, how to speak properly. That is what we are learning because this is one of the ability Allah has given us. So all the time, whenever we say something, we should say Alhamdulillah that Allah has given us tawfiq to speak, and we should be careful about our words. And one of the part is to speak properly. That is what we are learning, right? So we are going to learn about silent letters. What are the letters that are not pronounced in a word are called silent letters. This is what the concept we already know. Now I want you to say these words. I'm going to show you a few words. I want you to say these words. Teachers, kindly pause the video, make the children to say these words. Yes, my dear children, I hope you have pronounce these words correctly. This is before, give, hide, write. Now I want you to focus. There are few letters which are present in the word, but they don't have any articulation. I mean, we don't speak them, we don't pronounce them. For example, this E in before, give in E in give, and E in hide. In these three words, this last letter E is silent. And in this word, there are two letters, first W and last E is silent. So there are few rules which make the letters silent in a word. Those rules we are going to learn, inshallah. Silent letters are letters that are not pronounced in words, even though they exist in the spelling. They are there. While when we write, we include the silent letters in spellings. But when we speak, there are few letters we don't pronounce. This is the concept of silent letters. Now, how we'll find out which letter is silent? The first rule is W. W is silent when it comes before R. Means when you see there is W in a word and there is R after W. Means if W is written before R, W will not be pronounced. For example, here, W is there and it is followed by R. So this W is silent. That's why we say write. We don't pronounce this W. Wrist. This W is silent. Why? The rule is because after W there is R, we will not say this W. We will not pronounce this W. The word starts from R. When we say it, we say wrist. But when we write it, we have to write this W as well. Okay? wrestling. This W is silent. Why? Because R is followed by W. So this W will not say, and the word is wrestling. But for writing, remember, for writing, you have to write W as well. Next is wrong, ran, wrinkle, rack, wrap, and wrench. In all these words, we have followed one rule, and what is that? W is followed by R. After W, there is R in every word. That's why we are not pronouncing this W, and this W is silent in all these words, right? The next rule is K. K is silent when it comes before N, right? Like you find a word there where you find K, and after K, the very next letter is N. It means this K will be silent. Like no, K is there, and right after K there is N. So this N makes this K mute. This K will be silent, and we'll say no. But when we write it, we will write K. Are you getting it? These are the silent letters are for pronunciation. But for writing, we include these letters. That's why we say they are there, but we don't say them. This is the concept. Okay? So K is silent because after K, N is there. So this N makes this K silent. Knife. Again, after K, N is there. This K is silent. Knock. Knock, knock. So this N makes this K silent. Knot. Knit. Knob. Knee, knuckle. You know knuckles? That's here in your fist. And knowledge. In all these words, K is silent. Why? Because right after K, there is letter N, and we don't pronounce K in these words, right? The next rule is for B. For B, there are two conditions. In condition 1, B is silent when it comes after M. Like B is there, and before B there is M. Like comb, M is there. This M makes this B silent. Tomb, bomb. This B, why? Because before B there is M. This M makes this B silent. Thumb, climb, and lamb. In all these words, what is the rule? Because before B, we find letter M. This letter M makes this B silent, right? And in second condition, B is silent when it comes before T. Like B is there, and right after B, there is letter T. This letter T makes this B silent, and we will, how we'll read it? It's death. Okay? Doubt, doubtful, right? And the next rule is G. G is silent when it comes before N. Like design. G is silent. Why? Because after G there is N. It is coming before N, and this N makes this G silent. Design, foreign, sign, align, resign, assign, reign, clone, and campaign. In all these words, why G is silent? Because right after G there is letter N, and we don't pronounce G when G is followed by N, right? And the next rule is for T. T is silent in the following common English words. There are a few words in which T is there, but we don't pronounce pronounce T in these words, like listen, fasten, castle, often, whistle, soften, hasten, bustle, and gourmet. In all these words, T is silent. So we have to learn these words. Whenever these words appear, we don't pronounce T because T is silent in all these words. Yes, my dear children, are you clear with the silent letter concepts? Okay, so then it's time for practice. I'm going to check it. How much have you learned? Are you ready for an activity? All right. So how we are going to perform it? Teacher will select few words with silent letters. Teacher, I have given in lesson plan few words you may take from lesson plan, or you can select words of your own. And then teacher will take a group of students and will assign them letters of that word, like this. Now teacher will say the word. For example, teacher will assign one letter to one child in a group, and now teacher will say the word which has been assigned, and the student with the silent letter will sit down while rest of the spelling holders will stay stand. Like if teacher has taken word listen, when teacher will say listen, the child who is holding silent letter will sit down, and rest of the students will keep standing with the rest of the spelling. So this is an interesting activity. Kindly pause the video, enjoy this activity. Yes, my dear children, are you clear with the silent letter concept? The letter is there, but we don't say it. Good job. So it's time to practice from your book. Take the words with silent letters in each of the following list. There is a list, so you have to read this list and find out, pick the word with silent letter. And the other activity is pronounce the given words and underline the silent letters. So these two activities are there. All of you open your book and complete these activities in your book. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. I hope it was quite easy for you now. All right, it's time for your homework. You will write 5 sentences using different silent letter words. And I'm giving you a worksheet, my dear fellow teachers. This worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are there. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide printed worksheet to students for practice. And my dear children, what you are going to do, here is a word bank with silent letters. You will say these words and you will complete these sentences by using these words. So in this way, what we have learned, we learned that silent letters are letters that are not pronounced in words, even though they exist in this spelling. And we pronounced and practiced simple words with silent letters E, W, K, B, G, and T. So in this way, we achieved our SLO. We pronounced and practiced simple words with more silent letters such as B in lamb. Yes, my dear children, are we done with it? Yes, and we thoroughly enjoyed doing it. That's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning, keep practicing, take very good care of yourself and the people around you. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.